Well, it looks like the BBC is going to fund its channel by you, the listener or the viewer, however you want to put it, but those of you outside the United Kingdom. And you like say to yourself, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Outside the United Kingdom. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The BBC network, their news service, their channel streams, radio services, and all that will be charging a service fee. But before we start, be sure to drop a comment, hit the like, share, and hit that subscribe. Really would appreciate that. We are about 1350 up. We're trying to push to 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube. We're trying to get to 200 on Rumble, but before the end of the year. So please do take this moment, hit that subscribe. We really would appreciate it. So, from The Verge, the BBC is launching a paywall in the U.S. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to boycott the BBC. The BBC wants to make people in the U.S. pay for its content. The public broadcaster announced on Thursday that it will start offering U.S.-based users $8.99 per month or $49.99 per year subscription for unlimited access to news stories, feature reports, and the BBC News Channel live stream. Users in the U.S. will still get free access to selected breaking news stories, BBC Radio 4, and the BBC Worldwide Radio live streams, BBC World Services sites, as well as newsletters and podcasts. BBC.com will use a dynamic pay model to show paywalls to certain readers, and depending on how much they read and how long they are on the site. This approach allows casual readers to explore freely while offering our most engaged users the opportunity to unlock even more. The BBC writes in its announcement, by opting to pay, readers gain unlimited access to all the site's content. The BBC, its website, reaches 60 million users in the US alone. This move is meant to help the BBC drum up more revenue as money collected from yearly license fees in the United Kingdom. Yes, because people in the United Kingdom got smart and saying F to the BBC network and cut their services and cut their licensings, which people are required to purchase to watch live TV or the BBC iPlayer. Continues to tumble. Last year, around 500,000 households in the UK canceled their licensing fee as more people turned to streaming services like Netflix. But I'm going to tell you, they're now trying to push a service fee that you're able to watch Netflix in the United Kingdom. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, if you're paying $15 to $20 a month for Netflix, tap on another couple more bucks just to watch it in the United Kingdom. The UK government has considered trying new methods to support the BBC, including extended licensing fees to streaming-only users and radio listeners, as well rolling out ads on the BBC and taxing streamers, according to Bloomberg. In the future, the BBC subscription will include ad-free documentary series, films, and podcasts, along with access to exclusive newsletters and other content. It notes that the users based in the UK won't experience any changes on how they access the BBC, as BBC.com will flag users based on the device geolocation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's called VPN. UK users who travel to the US can continue to read or stream their BBC content uninterrupted, accessing it through the BBC News app. The BBC note that it currently does not have plans to launch a subscription outside of North America. Yes, that's right. Screw over the US of A. You know, that's what they're doing there. That said, you know, they could pay for our services and stuff like that. But see, the thing about it is they're only just putting a Band-Aid over their major problem. Guess what their major problem is? Their politics in their programming. People are not watching because basically the programming is crap. Look at Doctor Who. Look what they've done to Doctor Who. You know, the literally castration of this great TV series that have 60 plus years on broadcast television. You know, to this point, that they want to sit there and say, well, people don't want to pay these fees anymore, so we're going to have to find another way to fund our services. See, this is the same stupidity that here in the United States, the PBS and NPR is going through as well. They say, well, we need the government dollars. No, you don't need the government dollars. Government dollars only covers you for about 10%, maybe 15% max. You get most of your money comes from independent people out there, corporations, and also those fundraisings that you do. That's where you get most of the bulk of your money from there. You don't control Sesame Street. Sesame Street is on its own. And the thing about it is, guess what? Who's paying for the bill this coming year for Sesame Street? Netflix. Before that, it was Warner. So that shows you right there that, the only thing that PBS does is that they buy programming. See, that people don't realize it. These days, PBS is like a network, to the point. We don't fund the Fox channel. We don't fund NBC, CBS, ABC, PIX, which is here in New York, WWOR, which is also in New York. We don't fund those channels through government dollars. We don't at all. So why are we funding PBS if they're doing the same? If they're just buying the shows? And you say, well, you can't be buying the show. Yeah, they bought Doctor Who. They bought Monty Python Flying Circus. They bought Masterpiece Theater, Upstairs, Downstairs, that show series on there. Live for the Metropolitan Opera House. Basically all that shows are shows that they've purchased through, third-party corps as far as that. And it's the same thing over the BBC network. The BBC, if the BBC is putting out crap, people are not going to tune in. Why should I pay money for a TV license where I can go online and watch something 100 times better? Whether it's out of Japan, whether it's out of Korea. Yeah, I'm talking about Asia because Asia's got some great stuff out there. Some shows in the U.S. as well. Landman, Tulsa King, a couple other shows on the Yellowstone. And the thing is that if they don't fix their programming, the network is going to die. It's going to die out. So, going out and charging people in another country for your stuff, not the way to go. It's not the way to go. Advertisers, you're not making enough on advertisers alone if you're doing this online. That should be your first situation on there, is to ask that question. Why am I not making enough off of the advertisers, off of Google and DuckDuckGo and all the other sites that basically put out your content? I mean, this is an insane situation in itself. And, who knows how much longer the BBC network has in its lifespan on there. Because, like I said, people are moving away from the BBC. So, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts about this. What do you think? Think the BBC will be gone in the next couple of years? Or, they'll make enough money to keep themselves going? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and that subscribe button. Hit it right now. Hit it. Whether you're on YouTube or you're on Rumble, we would really do appreciate that. Thank you very much for doing it. Remember, also, Taco Thursday, every Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, here on YouTube and on Rumble, on CutyCast TV. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.
Oh, beautiful, full spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for a purple mountain, majesties above the fruited plains. America,